Namaste. Welcome to your Monday, August 2nd yoga practice. This is the halfway point for me at the Vipassana meditation course. So 5 days into silent meditation, what insights will I bring back? Today we will explore Anahata, the heart chakra. The color associated with the Anahata heart chakra is vibrant emerald green. The element is air. The sense is that of touch. And this one represents all things heart. So compassion, love, our relationship with ourselves and others. Reading from Anadea Judith's book. The principle is one of equilibrium. The note is F. The purpose is love, dissolution of ego and separateness, and expansion. Properties related to the heart chakra are softness, openness, expansion, integration, and radiance. The body parts associated with Anahata are chest, lungs, diaphragm, shoulder blades, the back of the heart space, ribs, our heart, our respiratory system, circulatory system. Poses associated with it, of course, would be chest openers, but also shoulder openers and back bends, breath openers. Masculine properties include protecting, guiding, and supporting, and feminine qualities are giving, nurturing, connecting, joining, and radiant. If someone is deficient in their heart chakra, they might experience a fear of intimacy, they might be judgmental, and they might be isolating. Someone who is excessive in the heart chakra might be codependent, desperate for love and attention. A balanced heart chakra is represented by being radiant, joyful, and generous. Sit tall and breathe deeply, drawing your hands together in prayer mudra right there in front of your Anahata heart chakra. We'll chant Om on the F note. Inhale deeply for Om. Release your hands. Make your way into tabletop and start moving through cow and cat while I go find a timer. Breathe deeply, dropping your belly as you inhale, pushing the ground away as you exhale. Breathing as you fluctuate the spine, as I stubbornly refuse to restart this video for the 8th time. So cow and cat is a really beautiful experience of the three-dimensionality of the heart chakra. Maybe it's more than 3D. So a lot of the times when I think of heart opening, I think of this front body, but the reality is, of course, everything is radiating, through all of space. So it's also our back body, that's also the heart space. A few more cycles of cow and cat. And then find neutrality. Imagine pulling your knees towards your hands towards your knees. Feel your core engage. Keep that integrity as you walk your hands forward, either onto blocks or just onto the mat in front of you. Lower your forehead, Anahatasana. Makes sense, yes? Heart melting pose. Allow your heart to drop towards your thighs and the earth. Engaging your core to support your low back so we're not dumping into the low back. Hips stay high, not like child's pose. Another breath like this. And then weave your right arm under your left, resting on your right shoulder. Taking a little spinal twist. Breathe deeply. As we stretch the muscles around our chest. We're also stretching the intercostal muscles, little muscles between the ribs. And doing that literally allows us to take deeper, more full breaths, which literally invites in more pranic life force, helps us oxygenate our blood, helps with all of the gaseous transfers happening in our system, removing toxins. Unwind, Anahatasana. Weave your left hand under your right, rest on your left shoulder. A few breaths here. One more cycle of breath. Return to Anahatasana. Walk your hands back under your shoulders. Just another round or two of cow and cat, being mindful that your biceps are somewhat spiraling forward, that your elbows are somewhat pointing back. As you're ready, tuck your toes, inhale deeply, exhale, send your hips high, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Think of melting your heart back towards your thighs. Scoop your belly and bend your knees if you'd like to send your hips higher. Breathe. From downward facing dog, inhale, come forward into plank. Push the ground away for a moment. Exhale, drop your knees, lower your chest all the way to the earth. Toes point back. Hands stay right under your shoulders, forehead on the earth. Lengthen your spine, low back lengthening. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Inhale, lift your heart any amount. Roll your shoulders back and down. Float your hands off of the earth in baby cobra. Your shoulder blades are sliding together and down. Lengthen your low back. Feel your pelvic bone press into the earth. I believe traditionally this is taught with your big toes together, but whenever I bring my feet together, I feel pressure in my low back. So to me, it feels better to keep my feet as wide as the edge of the mat. One more breath. Exhale, lower your forehead, tuck your toes, inhale. Exhale, push up through plank, bend your knees, find downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Clasp your hands behind your back, Yoga Mudra. Notice which thumb you automatically put on top. Notice if your shoulders are really rounding forward, in which case pull your palms apart, keeping your fingers interlaced. Try to roll your shoulders back. If you can't do it, then release the clasp and just hold your arms back behind you. And on an inhale, press into your feet, rise up. Imagine you're being lifted from the center of your chest. Exhale, find Tadasana, mountain pose. Grab your strap if it's handy. You can always make do without props, of course. Holding the strap in your hands. Inhale, reach your arms up. Anchor down through the base of your spine. Lift up through your arms, through your crown. Exhale, drop your arms back behind you. You can keep your arms straight if you like, or invite a bend into your elbows. Maybe you drop your arms all the way down. Maybe you find really great sensation with your arms bent. Wherever you go, breathe. Allow this to be a chest opener. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. As you inhale, feel the stretch, and as you exhale, roll your head forward. Then breathe into it, right ear to right shoulder. Roll your head forward on an exhale. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your gaze. Exhale, fold forward, strap comes with you in front. Stay in the forward fold, lift your arms up overhead and bring your arms and strap back behind you. Breathe here. On your next inhale, press into your feet, rise up, keeping the strap behind you. Knuckles anchor down, heart lifts. Exhale, come to stand neutrally. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, back to center. Reach up. Exhale, hinge over to your right. Anchor into your left foot. Spiral your heart towards the sky. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hinge to the other side. Anchor into your opposite foot. Rotate your heart to the sky. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release your strap. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, hinge forward, flowing down. Plant your hands, step your right foot way back in space. Maybe you bring blocks under your hands. On an inhale, draw your heart forward. Glance down, your left ankle is under your left knee. Press back through your right heel. One more breath like this. Exhale, lower your right knee, untuck the right toe. Always an option to put a blanket or something under your knee. Inhale, lift the torso, shoulders over hips. Exhale, bend your arms, lift your heart. You can stay like this or clasp your hands behind your back, right thumb on top, knuckles anchor down, heart lifts. Only go as deep as what feels good to you. Sometimes maybe we explore great depths and then we return to the edge. Imagine you're squeezing your legs together so we keep the muscular integrity. On an inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale your hands to the block or earth. You can stay like this or bend your right knee, hamstring curl. You can stay like this or reach your left arm forward and then swim it around to the back. Maybe it finds the right foot. Try to drag the right knee towards the left heel. Try to square your shoulders and hips to the front of the mat. Maybe your right block comes up higher by your right hip. Maybe you find your balance and you reach your left fingertips forward, right fingertips forward, and swim the arm around back. Maybe it finds the right ankle. Deep hip opener as well as heart opener. Kick the foot into the hands if they're there. Breathe. Do the best you can. 3 more breaths wherever you're exploring. And when you're ready, slowly release the foot and hands to the earth. Frame the left foot with your hands, step back to plank. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, lower your chest. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet into the earth. Inhale, baby cobra, hands float off of the ground. Or press your palms into the earth, drawing your heart up. Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Be sure your arms are hugging the side body, not splaying out. Shoulder blades hug the spine and slide down. Lengthen your low back. 2 more breaths like this. You can always lower down. And on your exhale, lower all the way, tuck your toes, push up through plank, find downward facing dog. Child's pose is also an option. 3 to 5 breaths. Notice where your thoughts and mind are going. Inhale. Exhale. You are here right now. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or swing your right foot all the way up to the top of the mat. Pause here in high runner's lunge, looking forward, drawing your heart forward, maybe moving blocks in under your hands. The right ankle is directly under your right knee, and you're pressing back through your left leg. On an exhale, lower your left knee, maybe you pat it, untuck your left toes. Inhale, lift the torso, shoulders over hips. Isometric muscle contraction. Try to squeeze your legs together. Lift up. Option to stay like this. Option to bend your elbows, lifting your heart. Option to clasp your hands behind your back, left thumb on top. Exploring this back bend, heart opener. One more slow cycle of breath. On an inhale, reach up. Exhale your hands to the earth or blocks. Stay here or bend your left knee, hamstring curl, working deep into the front hip flexors. Stay like this or reach your right fingertips forward. Swim the arm around. Maybe it just reaches back. Maybe it finds your left foot or ankle. When you get where you're going, try to square your shoulders back to the top of the mat, keeping your hips and shoulders neutral. Breathing here. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you reach your left fingertips in front. Maybe you swim your left arm back and maybe it finds the left foot or ankle. Work with your balance. Be kind to yourself. Notice if you feel frustrated, if things don't go how you think they should. And maybe it's an exercise in letting go of our expectations and instead accepting things as they are. You're showing up, you're breathing, you're exploring. Maybe you kick the foot into the hands, finding a deeper back bend. Maybe not. Another breath. And slowly release hands and foot. Inhale deeply. Exhale, giant step forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Grab one of your blocks and place it between your upper thighs. Give it a squeeze while you fold forward. Maybe you explore straightening your legs. Allow your back to lift a little if needed. Squeezing the block, we can notice that our inner thighs seem to spiral towards each other and back behind us. As that happens, you might get the sense of opening through your low back and hips. Rock forwards and backwards on your feet, noticing how the weight is distributed. On an inhale, rise all the way up with a long spine, go slow. Reach out and up. Stay here and breathe. At the top, press your hips forward. Maybe you find more of a back bend. Squeeze the block. Keep breathing. And on an exhale, come to neutral. Remove the block from your legs. Make your way down to your knees. Maybe you bring blanket with you here. And set the blocks up on the outside back edges of your mat. Ardha Mandalasana. Come to stand on your knees. Hands on hips. Imagine yourself back in Tadasana, mountain pose. So now our hips, our knees represent our feet. Press down into them as well as the tops of your feet and shins. Feel your foundation. Lengthen your spine. Imagine lifting your ribs up out of your hips. You can always stay right here. Maybe you shift some weight into your left leg as you send your right leg out long. Press the whole of the right foot into the earth, especially that pinky edge. Anchor down again through your low spine and imagine shifting your hips towards your bent knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, your left hand finds the block back behind you. Press your hips forward. Breathe. Find the connection of your planted foot to the earth. Maybe you look down towards your left hand. Maybe if you've been doing this for a few months, you release the block and plant your hand on the earth. Breathe deeply. One more big breath here. On an inhale, cartwheel yourself up, reach up. Exhale, hinge to the other side, Parigasana, gate pose. A breath or two here. And then come to stand on both knees. Lengthen your spine. Shift the weight into your right leg. Send your left leg out long and plant the foot, all four corners. Lengthen your spine and low back. Shift your hips. Imagine shifting your hips towards your bent knee. Little subtle movements here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cartwheel off to your right side. Plant your hand on the block or the mat. Press your hips forward, back bend. Ardha Mandalasana. Connect to the foot of the extended leg. Maybe you look down towards your planted hand. Breathe. Big full body stretch. On an inhale, cartwheel your arms up, reach up. Exhale, counter stretch, hinge to the other side. Parigasana, gate pose. A breath or two here. And then return to neutral. Stand on your knees. Exploring Utstrasana, camel pose. I like to squeeze a block between my thighs. Maybe you do too. Hands to your low back, like you're sliding your hands into back pockets. Draw your inner elbows together, shoulder blades hug the spine. Just like we did in our mountain pose, press your hips forward and lift your heart. You can stay right here. In fact, let's all stay here for 3, 2, lengthen your low back, lift your heart, 1, and return to neutral, standing on your knees. Release your arms, maybe shake your arms out. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, twist to your left, keep your arms up. Inhale through neutral, exhale, twist to your right. Inhale to neutral, exhale your arms back behind you, tuck your toes. Hands slide into your imaginary back pocket, helping you lengthen your low spine. Press your hips forward, draw your shoulder blades and inner elbows together, lift your heart. You might stay here. Maybe you release both hands at the same time, and maybe they find the heels at the same time. If your fingertips make contact with your heels, press your hips forward. Keep squeezing the block. Maybe you drop your head back in space. If you do it and decide maybe you better not, inhale and lift up. Return to something that is comfortable for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, chin to chest, rise up. Exhale, relax your arms. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, center. Option to release the block if it's not serving you or if you're just tired of it. You can also squeeze the block behind you in between your ankles. Option to keep your toes tucked or flatten your feet out. We'll explore Utstrasana, camel pose one more time. This whole time, you're welcome to keep your hands on your hips, low back. Practicing here, pressing your hips forward, lifting your heart. This is camel pose, and this is more than enough. Take the variation you'd like. Inhale to press your hips forward and lift your heart. Freedom to explore. If you drop your hands back, do it at the same time. Doing that means that we're not twisting, dropping one hand and then twisting, dropping the other. Press your hips forward. Another breath or two to explore. Inhale, draw your chin towards your chest, come to neutral. Exhale, sit back on your hips. Maybe here you slide the block under your seat if it's not already waiting for you. Sit tall for a moment. Allow your spine to lengthen and anchor. Don't fold forward. You can close your eyes here and imagine all of your discs like jelly donut filling, oozing back into their appropriate places in between the vertebrae. Give them time to return. We've squeezed them all to one side when we back bend. Let them ooze back to neutral. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to your left, lower your hands. Stay for a few breaths. Every inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, maybe you look over your left shoulder. Keep your jaw soft. Inhale, back to neutral, reach. Exhale, twist to the right, lower your arms. Inhales, lengthen. Exhales, soften. Inhale, back to neutral. Release the block from under your seat. Make your way onto your spine. Maybe today, if you're using a blanket, fold it so it's like a little accordion and keep that under your knees. Make your way to lie on your back. Bring your feet out as wide as the edges of the mat and let your knees knock together. Your hands can rest on your body. Feel your breath. Feel your body slowly softening onto the mat. Totally supported. You might notice the natural curve of your spine. Bring your feet and legs back to neutral, hips distance apart. Cross your right leg over your left. Open your arms out wide. Press your foot into the ground. Move your hips to the right a little. Inhale your legs in towards your chest and exhale, let your legs fall off to the left. Reclined spinal twist. Spinal twists are neutralizing to the spine. I remember finding that surprising when I first learned it. Inhale back to neutral. Plant your feet, neutralize your hips. Cross your left leg over your right. Right foot presses into the earth to scoot your hips to the left a little. Inhale your legs into your chest. Exhale, legs fall off to the right side. Breathe here. Inhale back to neutral. Plant both of your feet. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Apanasana. Grounding after such a heart-opening practice. Knees towards armpits, feet towards the sky. Happy baby. Release your feet and legs to the earth. Open your arms out, palms to the sky. Maybe you have the blanket there under your knees. Settle in, Shavasana. Complete surrender. Allowing sounds of our environment to drift by. Breathe fully. Invite movement back into your body. Take a full body stretch. As you're ready, return to an easy seated posture. Draw your hands together in front of your heart space, and we'll close this practice chanting Om on the F note. Inhale for Om. Thank you for sharing this practice with me and with each other. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.